Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a look here at KuCoin, see what's going on again. Of course, keep a closer eye on this one. I get a lot of requests for this. Big part of my community is actually based on KuCoin as well. So, thanks again to everyone so much for your support. And that goes for my current community members too, those who are actually, part of my trading community. So it's really cool actually to provide you with an academy, an amazing community where we all learn and grow together. We have weekly roundtable discussions. And I send out signals for every single trade that I take. And KuCoin is one of those coins that we've traded a lot in the past. So looking forward to doing so again. But if you want to check that out, of course, CryptoCache.tech is the site. Link in the description below. So here's what's going on with KuCoin. Something to note, just kind of speak to the obvious here, of course, in the sense that we had this descending type of pattern. We broke out to the upside essentially. And ever since then, we've been doing very well. The last 3 days have been pretty strong. And that's a nice, strong 3 days from Bitcoin, too. So keep this in mind. Today's sell-off is the fact that Bitcoin jumped up to 44,500, or sorry, 45,000, I believe. And then now it's retracing back down to 44.5 and potentially might close underneath that key level resistance. If so, not a big deal. We might expect a retracement over the weekend, but generally speaking, if Bitcoin does pull back, we can expect something similar from Crow. What we could expect, though, is the price to probably hold considerably here, about 44.5. That was a strong point of contention from before. Could not pass that point, therefore it's now considered a support level, and we could expect the price to come down if it were to come down. The lowest point, 44.5. Okay, so just I would say that might be a good DCA target for you if you didn't get in at 47. Hopefully you didn't, but regardless of the fact, it's a little bit lower, it would be better. It wouldn't be terrible to see a pullback here because Crow is actually showing good strength here recently. Yes, it is mimicking Bitcoin in a lot of ways, but it has different key level supports and resistances that are holding a little bit different, which is nice. We're up over 50 and under 70 in the RSI, so it's really good shape there. So I'd say the daily looks pretty decent for Crow, but I would, again, expect a pullback because you see this continuation here. This is almost, I wouldn't say straight up, but this is like a straight diagonal line. And a lot of times when you have that, there's going to be a state of exhaustion, which we're already at. We were at there yesterday when I covered this as well, going into that resistance. So the fact that it pushed up there and closed above is nice, but the fact that it pushed up this high is not nice. In the sense of the fact that it was overextended, right? Not bad for our pocketbooks, don't get me wrong, I want to see Crow take off, but generally speaking, this pullback makes sense. It was outside of its standard deviation and pushed too high, flew too close to the sun, and you know what happens when that occurs. So just something to be mindful of here. Pullback will absolutely be necessary. Will it pull back lower than 44.5? Possibly, but I would say the next key level support is 42 if worse comes to worse, based on the fact that that was, again, another key level resistance, broken, now a support. So we've got two scenarios here. 42 to 44.5 is probably a pretty strong support channel. So heaven forbid the price were to come back down for Bitcoin, Crow corrects itself as well, we can expect something along those lines. All right, so not terrible, not dire straits by any means. We're still above both moving averages, and both these moving averages are working concurrent with this ascending type of pattern as well, because keep in mind we have some time, likely before the price should have broken out to the upside anyways, because it was once again overextended going into this. And that being said, the 50-day SMA works concurrent with the ascending type of patterns we're seeing in other coins right now, and is continuing, allowing the price to continue to progress up and over, not down or anything of that nature. So don't be super shocked or scared or concerned if the price comes back down. It should maintain either two things. Obviously, this key level support here initially, potentially worst case, a candle wick down to 42.1, and then more importantly, the ascending type of pattern continuing to maintain itself. All right, so again, all good stuff there. There's literally nothing adverse here, but once again, overextended on the 4 hour. I don't like an RSI over 4 hour, over 70 on the 4 hour rather. So bear that in mind. We also have potential MACD divergence. This hasn't even given us any indication as it wants to slow down, but generally speaking, that intersects, and we could see that shift in momentum. All right, we're probably already seeing it so far. I wouldn't say the bears are at all going to take control. They're not in control at all of Bitcoin, but there's going to be a sell-off or selling pressure. We're going to see a little bit because we're up at a key level resistance for Bitcoin. And coincidentally, we hit this Fibonacci retracement level here at 0.618. It's commonly a place in which the price will get rejected out the first time. All right, and it has tried that in the past, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's been kind of a level you can see here that's been tested a few times as well. Of course, that was, January, of course, but generally speaking, we can expect a little more sideways action or downtrend at least for the immediate future. Okay. All right, looking at the 1 hour, we'll go ahead and call it a day here. Taking a look at the Ichimoku cloud, it does tell us we still want to keep our position open, but you got to be mindful in the sense that it could come to a close soon. If this either intersects here, or just say it trickles over sideways, the price goes sideways, we would get a closed position there as well. Just kind of basically letting us know that this little momentous trend that we've had, that's been our friend this entire time, is coming to an end. Again, sky is not falling. It's just a shift in momentum. There's a natural correction that happens with trading, and we have to see that soon. If we don't, we're going to fly once again too close to the sun and see it come crashing down. Generally speaking, that's what happens. This is what happens. This is the result of a very strong increase when it's already overextended. All right. Speaking of overextension, let's take a look at the 1 hour here. Not terrible. 1 hour is actually looking decent. Again, it's the larger time frames, the larger retracement levels, and the fact that Bitcoin is overextended going into shorter time frames is the reason why this is happening. Okay. So if Bitcoin was still on the up and up, Crow would probably still be doing so as well. Okay. Other than that, not much else to really note. We've kind of looked at everything here so far. Just be cautious and careful moving forward. In the general sense, the next couple of trading days, perhaps even this weekend, we might even see a correction down to, once again, 42,200 or, potentially a candle wick slightly lower, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think Bitcoin is going to hold at 42.2 if it were to be tested, and that's a big if. There's so much momentum right now with Bitcoin that I'd be surprised if we see a significant downtrend. But a correction is necessary. Nothing wrong with it. This is very healthy. Try not to worry, and just know that Crow's overextended, has to correct itself a little bit here, and same with Bitcoin as well. So pay attention to Bitcoin, of course, if you want to know specifically what may happen with CrowCoin, because it's still fairly synonymous in a lot of ways. So just recognize that. Maybe watch my Bitcoin videos daily so you understand a little bit more about what goes into the decision making for specific altcoins and why I take entries, and why I structure the trades that I do the way that I do. Again, trailing stop loss. Always have a trailing stop loss in place, or if nothing else, a stop loss. And always set multiple profit targets too. If you're jumping into CrowCoin with the expectation of selling at $1, that might be a little too lofty. All right. Yes, that may happen eventually, probably an inevitability, but between now and then, a lot's going to happen. And if you don't take profits, you're not going to be profitable, if that makes any sense. Again, depends on the overall trade position too. If this is a HODL account, don't even worry. Don't even listen to that. Continue to add to your bag DCA as necessary. Okay. All right. Hopefully you found benefit. Thanks again for joining me here. I hope you have a great rest of your day. We'll see you in the next video. Take care.